Good morning, guys. Here we are. It's a Sunday morning, and I'm down at Port Talbot dock again. It's a bit of a sellout as well. Yeah, because it's a nice day, I think. It's a bit mild. It's about 11-12 degrees. Probably go up to 15, I think, which was yesterday. But anyway, the other match of Wednesday was only £7, wasn't it? So I don't know what's happened to the dock. It's certainly not like it used to be, where you used to, catch those £50 bags. But never mind, it's still a match. It's still, I think you still probably need £10-12 to win it, like we did last match. Anyway, let's give it a go. I'm just going to fish the feeder today again. Although one or two said, you might catch on the pole today. We've had a lot of rain, a little bit of colour in it, maybe. I don't know. Anyway. Nice day. I'll see you down at the on the peg now. See what peg number I draw.
From 10:15 till 4:15. Okay, it's got a 6-hour match. A nice day. It's not going to rain too well. It's got a little time, but I don't think we're going to get it. There we are.
Peg 20.
Peg 4. Peg 20. Yeah, peg 20 up there. If you draw peg 20, there's a little bay, because if peg 20 is pushed right back, you can either fish in a little bay, or if you don't feel comfortable there, fish peg 21. Alright, so then peg down there. It doesn't make any difference if you want to go either one. Alright, that's about it, I think. Yeah, any questions, lads?
What time are you fishing?
We're fishing from 10:15 till 4:15.
Okay.
Okay, 6 hours. Okay. Sorry?
Let's start it earlier before 10 if everybody's ready.
If everyone is ready, but you've got to have someone running the whole length, you'll find out if everyone's ready, haven't we?
10:15 is.
So it's pointless doing that.
Beefy got to have his tea.
We keep it at 10:15, and if anything late for that, then that's tough.
6 rods a set.
Jezza!
Is it the first one in? Second one.
7.
9.
Peg 7.
Remember the name gets put in that?
Alan Gobridge.
Yes, sir.
Gobridge.
Gobridge.
Very good one.
Yeah, oh, you can have peg 4. It's not even in there. You can have it.
No braille reading. Come on.
Okay, right. I've drawn peg 14, which is one off the buttress, the pontoon. My section is what we call the boards. So there we are. The best pegs obviously are up the top end, That's where all the weights be coming from. We never know. I mean, the week before there was a couple of weights off here. Yeah, I think there was 7 and 8 pounds. So you never know. I mean, there's a bit of colour in the water today. So I noticed a couple of lads setting whips up. I won't bother with that. I'm going to, stick to the feeder. I'm going to use a similar tactics that I used last week down the Cardiff dock. What I'm going to do, I've got a spot-in set up and just one feeder rod. I'm going to keep it quite simple today, just casters and maggots and ground bait, looking for roach. And obviously skimmers. The skimmers, I think, prefer the maggots than they do worm or corn. At the moment, anyway. Within the next few weeks, mullet should start showing, but as far as we know yet, they haven't shown. So, okay. Well, I got about half hour to go, so I think I might just have a little walk up and down, see what's happening. Okay, and see a bit. Okay, I've taken a little walk up to the top. These used to be the flying pegs there. End peg there, peg 20. What's this, Mr. No Mates, is it? Mr. No Mates, you got nobody around you, it's like pleasure fishing. Like pleasure fishing. Nice. I still love this peg because, you'd always catch, roach off it, like, but... Yeah. Well, it's a nice day for it anyway. I mean, they normally put this peg in, don't they? Peg 19, which they haven't done today. And that's quite a good peg. Yeah. Well, I'd fancy it off you if I was you, but there you are. You don't know, do you? It is Pike City, though, isn't it? Pike City up here, a lot of pike. There's a lot of pike up here. Yeah, because there's obviously a lot of fish up here, but yeah. There's a dock, it goes right round here, and like this is a point here, and it goes like a big dog leg and another lake. Or another one, an extension of the dock. Round here. And this is where they have the ski boats along here. They're not out yet, but I expect they'll be out later. They go round these, it's a shame really, because it's shallower as well. Sometimes we have matches around here, usually in the summer, but of course, since the skateboard's been on here, ski boards I should say, or ski boats, I'll get it right in a minute, and there's always a problem. But there is a rule that they don't go past this point. Now and again you get the odd one that'll come round, but yeah, so that's the favourite peg, and he's on his own there, so you never know. Now, last week I was on this peg where I just missed out on the money. This would be peg 18. No, peg 18, it says slightly deeper. I was on this one last week. I was on this one. I was on you. I had £8 odd. Yeah, roach mainly. Skimmers turned up in the end. But I was doing all right to begin with, but these two pegs here to the right of you, they beat me like. Yeah. But it's a good peg, I wouldn't mind that.
Alan was on here Wednesday. He was second.
Is it? Yeah, so Alan, yeah, well, Alan's in my section today, Alan, one of the local lads, he fishes here all the time, and he's got a good little method going there with a, don't put a lot of bait in, he just puts a window feeder in. I know, it's beef feeder. Alright, you got to fancy this then. Yeah, this won it last week. Yeah. Oh no, on the second. Yeah. But never mind. Looks alright, doesn't it? There's a bit of colour on it.
Yeah, water's colder whenever you put it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is cold. They used to have warm water coming in up there, but they stopped that now. The steelworks. Maybe I think that's affected it.
Mr. Branson.
Pardon?
Nice to see you back down there.
Yeah, well, the Rivers season's finished now, so.
Do you fancy canal matches down there?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going up on a canal match or two.
Get older, Clive.
Yeah.
I don't know when they'll be, mate. But none of this 6 o'clock bullshit. Like,
No.
you know, nice half-8.
Yeah.
There's a few boats, but
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that, bit of canal fishing.
they're lovely boats, mate. They
Oh, nice.
4, 6 outside.
Okay. All right, then let me know when you're going to run them then. Okay.
Yeah, we'll give it a month or two, you know.
All right, a few weeks, yeah, to warm up a bit. Okay, cheers, Evie. Yeah, so that's a good peg. No, this is the one that's been raving about, and who should be on it is Rob Jones, the international angler, who was next to me last week, who didn't catch a lot. But he's obviously well prepared, proper professional van. He's got his marker rods up, so what you do is pass through the line around there 20 times, and you on all the rods, and you got the same length when you cast out. Right, did you make that yourself, Rob, or did you buy it? Did you make that yourself, that there, what do you call that?
Sticks. Measuring sticks.
Measuring sticks. Yeah.
Don't press the makeup.
I know a lot of people use them these days, don't they? Especially when,
Well, if you're using 2 rods, you can get them identical.
Yeah, you get them identical then, can you? Oh. You got to fancy it, you did, eh?
Oh, yeah.
It's about time you look at change. We've had a couple of bad ones, haven't you?
Hopefully I could have-
You've been doing all that on the commercials, like down here in Eveses, haven't you? I noticed.
Well, White Springs.
Yeah, White Springs, yeah, you do okay down there.
Yeah, normally I done there, but
Yeah.
probably do a bit too much of everything.
Oh, you never know, do you? Fair dues to him. Look, he's well organised. I've got all the feeders there. Sure. Yeah. All
I
right.
think I know what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. All right. Good angler, Rob. You probably might. But I got to fancy him to win this today, because that's a good peg. The other peg, of course, is this one here, which is next to the butchers. 16. I was third off the Welsh National on this one once. All right, there. Yeah. You fancy it then? Yeah, it's always a good peg, this, isn't it?
And I was just going to stick with the feeder, I think.
I mean, the fish come in close on this sometimes, but, you know, I don't know whether they haven't.
Just don't fancy those.
Yeah, those small ones at the moment, aren't they? Yeah, right. I'm on the other side, but peg 15's not in, so that gives me a bit of a, you know, an advantage, wouldn't it? Yeah, but it's not the best peg for the section. You know, 10 and 11 are better pegs for some reason. Yeah.
There's a good few out today, mine. It's good to see.
Yeah, good turnout today. Yeah, it's nice to see it. Yeah. Well, let's hope it can fish, you know, because obviously lately it hasn't been fishing all that well. You know, it's be reasonably fair. Fair dues to Steve today. He's done it. So the winner picks up about 100 quid, I think, and then he got 3 sections of 40 quid. So that's not bad. So there's always a section to go for, really, more than anything. Because generally what happens with bream fishing, skimmer fishing, it tends to catch in an area, 2 or 3 of you will catch in an area, and usually get first, second and third. But at least the way he's done it, he spreads it out a bit, you know. Whereas like me last week, I was, what, 3rd in a match? And I was first out of the money. Anyway, this is a peg 15. This is quite a good peg normally, but it's a bit snaggy. I don't know whether it's because it's got this jetty that goes out, you know, sort of shades the fish a bit. But anyway, it's not in today, so I'm in the next peg. Right. Obviously, you know, this is handy for people who want to come down here and fish here one day, knowing the pegs. So there's mine down there, all ready to go, really. Just 1 rod and 1 spother up. Then I got the peg next, very close peg, you know. This would be peg 13. 13 and 14 are much the same. But these are the 2 pegs. Actually, they used to be good pegs. The fish used to come in, a lot of skimmers used to come in close on those pegs, and they were good whip and pole pegs. Of course, as I said, at the moment, it's not fishing out well. And we got this peg here, which is, there's Alan on here, Alan Godrich, who we were just talking about, who's a local lad who does very well. He just has 1 rod set up. He uses a bob nut feeder, puts very little bait in, but he catches. Fair dues. Yeah, so he could do well. Then we got Richie. Richie done me last week on the dock, didn't you, Rich? You had £67, I think. You caught late, didn't you? Caught late, you bugger. But this is one of the better pegs in the section, so this one and the next one. For some reason, I don't know why, it's maybe flatter bottom or something. That's 11, and this is 10, peg 10. Now 10 is like an end peg in a sense. Yeah, see, they all set feeder rods up, except Richie. Richie has set a whip up. Yeah, so this one is like an end peg, because peg 9, this one here is not put in. And then you got peg 8 then, which is on the jetty. And who's on this today? Oh, Steve, the organiser. You'll do well up here. Oh, that's your old stand there, isn't it?
No. I've left my bait stand on.
Oh, have you? Oh, bloody hell. Well, you got to fancy it, Steve. Used to be the best peg, this.
Years ago, yeah.
Yeah, no. You all run to this peg.
I got to fancy it.
Yeah.
With section wise.
With a section, yeah. How many's in a section then?
Well, we've got less down here. We've got 4 down here.
Oh, and
It's a lower number because of less.
there's 5 in my section and 5 in the other.
5 in the
All
other.
right, yeah.
What it is, though.
in your section, I'm in it.
Oh, you're not counting yourself, all right.
Don't include himself, no. The thing is, Clive might be in the show. The colour of the water is immense.
Oh, I know.
He's fishing the pole close. He
Well-
might come in, no pike.
No,
And the fish will come in a bit closer, maybe.
I know. Do you know, I should have listened to him, because on Friday we had a pint and he said there'll be a bit of colour here. He said he's going to bring his poles,
Yeah.
and I was half and half about bringing mine, and I thought, oh no. I wish I had now, looking at this colour.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
the colour's awesome. I'm going to fish tight and see what's
Yeah, I don't think you need to go that far, do you, really?
No, that's what I'm going to try. I got 3 lines.
Yeah.
Long, medium and short, like obviously.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's what to put into the starts, I think. I'm going to go easy to start with, because you can kill it here, can't you?
Yeah, that's true.
So, put a couple of them in first.
Yeah, that's
A
it.
couple of them in, and then
Yeah.
sit on them for a little while, see what happens.
See what happens. Yeah.
It's the only way forward, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know best because you're down here all the bloody
Don't know
time.
best. There's always someone. I got a favourite today. That's Rob 17.
Oh, Rob's got
I'm 70.
and he's well organised there. He's got a measuring stick up and everything, and you got all the feeders, and
Yeah.
you got the top of the range rods
Yeah.
and reels. Oh yeah,
He knows what he's doing, Rob.
he does. He'll probably win it today. But then these pegs here, which are, well, this lad's done well lately. Gerard. See, he's only got 2 rods set up. Do you fancy it, Gerard? By yours?
Yeah,
It's not too
I
bad.
think with the colour in the water, Clive.
Yeah.
I think we're all. It's going to surprise us.
I think it might do, yeah.
We
Clive's the one he's the only one who got poles and rigs set up.
I know.
So-
So long as we don't get pestered by those.
Yeah.
Those are
Oh, those little things, yeah. Oh. What are you doing here? You got a top of the range octopus and he
left my big mate.
left his big weight. So you're trying to work something out here? All right.
Trying to do a Stone Age man.
You're doing like a Richie Candy here, but look at it.
Alright.
Yeah,
Come on, Mike.
there's the end peg there. And somebody on the end pleasure fishing. So here, there's the pegs. Now these are peg 6 is a close-in peg normally because it's fish do tend to come in close on that peg.
No, just get a rock under there.
Yeah, you just seen the rocking there, don't you? Oh, right. I'll leave it to it.
Yeah.
Okay, lads, just a couple of minutes to go now. As I say, looking for a section here more than anything. But the way the payouts is anyway. I just enjoy my day. I got a couple of good angles in my in my section. That's the only thing. Obviously, Alan Goodrich, a local lad who's been doing well, and Richard Candy. And then you got the lad on the end. He looks quite good as well. So and then of course you got in the other section you got Rob Jones, he's the one to probably look out for to win the match, I think. There. And then on the end section, that's a difficult one to say, because you've got Steve O'Mara, the organiser, right on the point there. Then you've got Gerard, who's in the corner, which is a good peg, and then you've got Clive Roberts as well. So that's be interesting. I mean, if I put my money on anyone, I put Rob Jones to win that section. Probably Richie Candy this section, and I would probably say Steve Mann on the other. That's my prediction anyway. Let's see. You never know. You know, it's all about adaptability and a bit of luck sometimes on the day. Okay, I'll come back to you now as soon as it starts. Okay, the match started. Well, it's gone overcast now, so that's a good thing in a way. Right, going to spot in a few. Clip up. One more, I think. Okay. I might end up that building, but there's a column in the middle, so that's my target point. Right straight away then.
Small road.
Might have been a liner then, because the maggot wasn't touched at all. Oh, catching a couple of little ones down there. Another little knocking. Maybe small roach, I think. nip in the end. Yeah, I was on the drop. I'm not going to get nowhere with these, am I? Oh, I went back in the water. Again bites as it's going through the water. Should have brought my waggler. Never mind. they're catching the same, don't they? Gonna bite the chuck here, but there's small ones. That's you. Change of feeder. Put a smaller feeder on, because I don't want to give them too much bait. These are feeders I make up myself, by the way. Use them. I use rod tubes, you know. There's no holes in them, so it keeps the bait in as it goes through the water.
away.
Getting bites on the drop here, which getting difficult to hit. That was a specimen one then. Oh my god. What's happening right here? Yeah, that come off there. Nose is a slightly bigger one. Is that a skimmer? Bloody hell. Oh well, you got a skimmer then, so. Well, that was the right pull around then. See, just small roach. It's going to be all down. Who's going to catch skimmers today? I think, by the sound of it. Okay, I'll come back to you later. I'll just get my head down on these small fish. Okay, well, the sun's just starting to come back out now. Well, it looks like it's only roach at the moment being caught, except the one on the end, he's had a couple of skimmers. And I'm still getting, you know, just little things like that. Whether the skimmers will, you know, move in or not, who knows. Just little knocks. Okay, things are picking up a little bit. I just had a mullet out of the blue. I think I'm the only one who's caught one so far. Must be about 2.5, 3 pound. I just had a skimmer and a nice roach. So there you are. We're 3 hours into the match, so sort of halfway. There you are. So it's not fishing brilliant, not this section anyway, as far as I know. I haven't heard off the other sections yet where the skimmers are going. Okay. Well, I haven't had a fish for about the last half hour now. I had a nice little hybrid and a skimmer and a couple of more roach. And that's it. But the guy on the end, in this section, he's been catching a few skimmers. So that's the one I got to keep an eye out for this section. Alan, the local lad, he's packing up now. Well, it's half hour to go, so he's out of it, out of the frame. You know, so it's between the guy on the end and me, I think, for the section. But it's flat calm at the moment. It's gone a bit cold as well with the sun out, you know, with the sun behind the clouds. Okay, I'll see you at the end then. Okay, the match is over. I had two more roach, only a couple of small ones or so, and that's it. It's been really hard today. I gather Rob Jones has had a few up on the next section, which I guess that. So, as I say, it'll be between me and the lad on the end for this section. And I think Clive down there is actually, I'm not sure. Somebody said he's caught, or it could have been Steve on the point. I don't know. We'll see now anyway. Right, just wait for the weigh-in now. Just wait for the scales to come. Ah, okay, here we are. £8.3. That's the best weight so far. Nice mullet. They reckon it was 4, but I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, next weight is it? Rob Jones £4.9, I think. So, hello Rich, what do you weigh?
Oh, I didn't wait.
You didn't bother? He had a couple of you, didn't he?
He's had a couple there. Yeah, he's had 7, I think. But all of these give him like.
Alright, we're gonna have a look now.
Oh, I'll have to jump in, Chris. There's no way that's coming out there. Oh, you bastard.
Big hole in the bottom.
It's funny how there these fish hang around you by you, don't
It's a good peg.
Yeah.
It's always been a good water peg, so.
Whoops, careful.
Watch it.
Oh, he's not going to go £8, so
No,
I've done the section there.
But you might get a section if you thought you could win it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Clive was saying Clive got £10, hasn't he?
is he? Who said that?
You did
I
all
do.
before.
A few
You
of
did
them
all
have said he got
before.
double figures.
Oh, is he? All right.
Fuck it now.
I hope they do. I can't play a harp.
But
Oh,
be 40 roach he'd have to get that.
Yeah, well, they were
Five
small,
to
those
the-
roach.
five to the pound.
We'll see
Yeah,
now, we'll see.
If they were them roach, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You said you had a bag of fish. Where are they?
he did yesterday from the market.
Yeah, a couple of skins, though. You ain't got £8.
Oh, yeah. I think so, yeah, but
Definitely haven't got £8.
4, 6. How many skimmers?
it'd be, huh?
How many?
One.
Only one? Oh, the others were roach, were they?
Yeah. Okay, so there we are. So still the top weight. So I've at least got my section anyway. Now, apparently they've caught up here, so let's have a look.
If you've got a wedding,
Oh,
don't
no,
have
no,
to
it's
use
walking
the
there.
same
No, I don't.
Nice
That's
head.
why I have a camera.
Make a difference, eh?
I don't have phone.
Oh, you want to... What are we looking at, guys, and what to come in there? There we go. There we are.
Nice little bag of skin,
Yes,
man.
yeah, it's all right. Hey, what's these pair though? Down by there, they've this.
Are they?
Oh yeah, and the Clive's one. Just give us a second.
Oh, what for you?
6.
6.5, yeah.
6.
Yeah, so anyway, these are 2 end pegs by the sound of it. Class cut.
We all wanted to be there, didn't we? Yeah. We had all them in the first two hours, and that was it.
Yeah, I said to Alan, I said, but Paul up.
Oh yeah, it's a good weight there, yeah.
Clive's got better.
Oh, Clive.
Is he?
That was it.
Oh. You get the section then, won't you?
10 plus, yeah, I would say. No, you can work this place out, which is what's good about it.
Yeah.
12. 13.
Yeah, £13.
And I lost a big bream as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I better not sweat.
13.7, yeah.
Pretty sure, well done. Shall I open the net? I thought.
Oh, I seen that pleasure angle on peg 3 this morning and the bite. Hold on.
Yeah, it's no. Clive's had them on the pole. You only want to fish a pole today.
Hold on. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, some nice quality roach as well, by the
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Right. There you go.
It's nice to see a nice bag of roach.
Awesome baby, ever. Nice roach as well.
Yeah, yeah.
2 more on it. It's 15.
Nice roach.
On the
eh?
castor Clive or maggot?
Pinkies. Pinky. Pinky man.
Yeah, it's nice to see him.
Since we bites on casters or something. Pinky, you want to go with it? And you caught on the whip as well, have you?
I haven't got it.
Oh, that's very power.
Nearly.
Good, Jimmy.
19.
£19.
9.
Well done, Clive.
19.9.
Yeah, well done. That's
Hold on.
99.
Hold on. We got a photo?
Yeah, I got a photo. I want one. Sure. That's the best bag going this winter.
That's the best bag
now,
I've
isn't it?
got for a
Every
long
roach are those beauties, isn't it?
A long time.
Well done. Okay, there. Well, I was third overall, but it doesn't matter because at the end they're only playing the winner and 3 sections. So, and I've had the other section. So, there you go. Rob Jones had the top section, and Clive has won the match with nearly £20, £19, and Gerald had £13 of skimmers. It's a funny old places. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.